What's up, Genderqueer Gang? Welcome to your Monday's host. My name is Danny. It's week 2, and we are talking about either our coming out stories or we are giving out some tips on how to come out. So I'm going to do both because my coming out story is strange and I think I can give out some helpful tips. Yeah. First of all, does any of you like this? Lynx Africa. I love it. I have to wear it every day. And it's not mine. So on Wednesday, I'm going shopping for some stuff, and I'm getting some of this along with Lynx chocolate. So yeah, I'm starting to wear men's deodorant. Yeah. I'm gonna start with my coming out story because it's long. So when I was a kid, I was always quite boyish, and I always liked to play with boys. And I used to like wearing guys' clothes, and I used to go skateboarding and stuff like that. And my dad was like, "You're a girl. You're meant to be a girl, and you're meant to do girl stuff." And yeah, that kind of annoyed me. When I was about 8 or 9, I started liking girls, and I didn't really pay attention to it, so I didn't really notice that I was liking girls, if that makes sense. I was liking them, but I didn't know I was liking them because when you're a child, you don't really understand about crushes. I used to look at girls and I used to picture me being with them, me the boy and the girl, and used to picture us like holding hands on the beach with my top off, with no chest, and yeah, and then I came to realization that I'm a female, and it kind of upset me. I got to like year 9, and that's ages between 13 and 14. That's like the third year in high school. And I started liking my best friend. And at some point, I think she started liking me because she used to like kiss me on the forehead and like hold my hand and hug me and stuff. And it felt nice on the inside because yeah, that was like the first time I ever liked someone, because I had boyfriends, but obviously me liking girls, I didn't feel anything, so that was like the first time I ever really liked someone, I guess. So yeah, and I think she liked me back because all teenagers at some point go through a stage when they don't know whether they're gay or straight because of the hormones and stuff. And yeah, but as soon as we got to year 10, that's like a year after year 9, obviously. You're like age 14 to 15. I think she figured out that she was straight. And she got a boyfriend. And she started being really horrible to me and stuff because I was kind of obsessed because I really liked her. And she started calling me bisexual and like hitting me and punching me and stuff. And I couldn't deal with it anymore. I had to not be her friend. I still didn't realise my sexuality. Like, I kept pushing it away, I guess. I was just thinking to myself, I'm straight and I like boys and stuff like that. And later on in that year, I started liking another friend because we became best friends. And I went out one day with my stepsister, which is a horrible bitch now. We don't talk anymore. But I was like, I think I like my friend. And she was like, well, you could be bisexual. And I thought to myself, a massive brick like hit me. Not literally, but it felt like it. And I was like, what? I can't be bisexual. I don't want to be bisexual. I want to be straight like everyone else. I didn't realise that being bisexual and lesbian or gay or whatever, I didn't realise that it was okay to be. I thought it was not normal at that time. So I got really upset. I was like, I'm not bisexual, and I tried pushing it away even more. So a year after, that was like my last year of school, I got like 3 boyfriends, I think, and I don't know why I'm holding this. And I felt nothing, but I couldn't tell myself that. So in the end, I couldn't deal with it anymore. I just, I thought to myself, this is the way I am. I'm a lesbian. But I didn't tell anyone. Because I didn't feel the need to. And it's not that necessary, to be honest. It was actually the start of this year, 2012, when I came out to most of my friends. I came out as pansexual because I found that was the easiest way to come out. And people were actually okay with it. I didn't realise people were going to be that fine about it, because I just thought that everyone would be homophobic and not want to be my friend. But it was pretty cool, and people understood it. And then I pushed it a bit more, like a month or two later, I started saying that I was bisexual, because pansexual and bisexual are sort of similar. So I pushed it even more. I said I was bisexual, and people were still cool about it. And guess what? I then came out as lesbian, and people were still fine with it. Not everyone knows about me, and that is cool, because you don't have to come out to everyone. It's not the rules. As soon as you find out your sexuality, you have to tell the whole world. No, you don't have to. I find it's better to come out to people that you trust and who you know very well. But saying I was lesbian really, really made me feel uncomfortable. It didn't feel right. I mean, it just didn't feel right that I said I was a lesbian. And I felt deep down that I wasn't a girl. I've always felt like a guy. And I started looking up YouTube videos on girls who feel like guys, and it came up as transgender. And I didn't know what transgender meant, so I watched all these videos, and I sort of came to realization that, I could be this. And I was speaking to a friend, and I said, well, I don't feel quite transgender. I feel more female as well. And she said, well, there's a certain gender identity called gender fluid and gender queer. And I looked that up, and I was like, yeah, well, this is what I am. But a few weeks ago, it was actually a few weeks ago, that, I was saying that I felt female because that's what my body is. And I didn't realise that you can be male without having a male's body. So, this is what I am now. I have came to why can't I say that word? Realization that I am transgender. I'm open to the fact that that could change, because I'm quite fluid. But, this is what I am. And doesn't matter if I am uncomfortable or comfortable with my chest and my body. I am male. You don't have to have dysphoria to be transgender. So yeah, and I've actually came out to my friends this week, actually, that I'm transgender, and they are fine with it. There was actually one person yesterday which didn't accept it, but he has he's got, what is it, Asperger's syndrome, so it's quite hard for him to understand. So I was fine with that. But at the end of the night, he was okay with it, and he accepted it. And yeah, it is awesome, guys. So I think that's that for my coming out story. Tips on how to come out. The most important part. If you are not ready, do not come out. Because if you're not ready, you're not ready for people's reactions. And sometimes, well, a lot of the time, people's reactions are not that good. So if you're not ready to see and hear people's reactions, don't come out. You can't just force it. on your parents. You can't just go in the room one day and say, look, I'm gay. No, you can't do that. You have to sit them down and talk to them nicely. Or either you can write them a letter, email, text. If you don't want to say it to their face, you can ring them up. If they're religious, it shouldn't really matter that much, because if they love you for who you are, and if they accept you for who you are, they're going to accept you no matter what. You just have to explain them. You have to just explain to them in more detail that this is the way I was born. This is the way I have always been. And they might not accept it straight away, but you have to give them time. Oh, before I forget, the other day I got called a Mel and a guy like 3 times by like people on the street and stuff and in the shops. So yeah, baby, I am passing. So that's the end of my video. Don't forget to go onto everyone's channels and click the subscribe button, because everyone on this collab channel are awesome. And I'll put the link to my main channel down below. Go and subscribe to that and check out my videos. I'll see you guys next Monday. Take care. Bye.